Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching MaxSpeedTV. Tonight on tap, the TNT Truck Series here on MaxSpeedTV. This is the USRA, the TNT Truck Series. Sorry for the delay in action. We were having a lot of communication issues here with the iRacing servers. As everybody knows, they have just done some updates today, and, well, they're not playing favors. I know a couple drivers out there having issues. My co-host tonight would have been Bobby Johnson. He is not going to be able to make the call here this evening as he is still having technical difficulties over here. These guys, like I said, late to the show here. Some things going on. It looks like we got open qualifying here tonight for the boys. They are here at Daytona Super Speedway. Looks like right now, it looks like the 88 is Sean Butler out on pole right now. The 57 of Ross Cato second. Anthony Reynolds third. Galen Gidman there in fourth. And Mickey Reed rounds out your top five as they stand right now. Got about 5 minutes left here in qualifying. Once again, we apologize for the late start. Not to our doing. Blame the iRacing. They like to throw these curveballs every 13 weeks at us. So, right there's your top 10. Like I said, we're still battling technical difficulties with us, so hopefully we can get a good broadcast race in for you guys here tonight. Like I said, they still got 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes here now in qualifying. Top 10 there on the left-hand side. I'm going to step away momentarily. I'm going to let the camera roll in the feed, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, I'm back once again, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody tuning in over here at MaxSpeedTV and you were looking for the Nork series, tonight, unfortunately, Nork is out there running, but won't be broadcasted over here on MaxSpeedTV. So the only thing, I believe, other than Racing for a Cause, who's going to be up here later on tonight, is going to be me right here with the TNT Truck Series. I'm your host. I will be Roger Needles. At least I hope so. With 3 minutes here in qualifying left, these guys are out there doing open qualifying. It's a little hectic with that right now. So I'm going to give you your point standings here real quick. Here's your point standings leading in here to Daytona. Robert Duvendak having one heck of a season. He is your points leader here. He's led the whole season so far, but Eric Holly right there, 10 points back. Eric's been putting in a couple good back-to-back strong finishes. Cody Levitt here has been kind of slipping just a little bit, now 40 points behind your points leader. Jamie Leach right there in fourth. He was your last Super Speedway winner. Let's see if he can go back-to-back here at the plate tracks. David Carmen's going to slot into fifth. Jeff Pogos there is in sixth, 94 points back. Brennan Bogo, 97 points back in seventh. Cole Day right there in eighth. Jared Hagerdorn in ninth. And Doug Ongari is going to round out your top 10 in points. The rest of those guys over there, 11 through 20 right there on the right-hand side. Well, as we got about 2 minutes left here in qualifying, we're going to step away. We're going to get your national anthem. Once again, we apologize over here from MaxSpeedTV for the delayed start and everything that's been happening over here on the iRacing servers. We'll be right back with you. You won't miss a thing.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Time's about to run out here on qualifying. Right there's the checkered flag. Got about a minute to finish your lap. If these drivers have started, they're going to have a minute here to finish this lap. Right now, though, it does look like the 88 of Sean Butler on pole. The 57 of Ross Cato right there. Second, Anthony Reynolds still in third. Galen Gidman, fourth. Mickey Reed still fifth. Evan Pienta, sixth. Christopher Monroe in 7th, Robert Duvendak 8th, Colton Kilroe 9th, and Jeff Pogo is going to round out your top 10 as they stand. I believe last time I checked, we got 35 drivers registered here for Daytona for the Truck Series race. If this race is going to be anything like what we saw last time when we visited Talladega, you guys are in for one heck of a show out there tonight. 80 laps the distance here. I believe we can get a pre-race analyst in real quick. As right there it is. It's going to be a cool one out there on track. 77 degrees for the track temp. Looks like we got 50 laps today. 125 miles. Pit road speed's wrong. It's going to be 65 on pit road. Fuel window, you're looking at a 1 pit stop race. Anytime after lap 20, you're going to be able to pit here this evening and make it on fuel. But it's about that time and see if we can get to our USRA TNT Truck Series. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still flustered myself as I had to rush to get in here. There is your row 1 here for the evening. The 88 of Sean Butler is going to start on pole. The 57 of Ross Cato is going to start there in your 2nd position. The 82 of Anthony Reynolds is going to start there in your 3rd position. Galen Gidman, one of the new guys, starting in your 4th position. Mickey Reed in the 13 is going to start in your 5th position, and the 00 of Evan Pienta is going to start 6th. 7th position is going to be the 45 of Christopher Monroe. The 12 of Robert Duvendak, your points leader, going to start in the 8th position. Dalton Kilroe in the 41 going to start 9th, and Jeff Pogo in the 24 is going to round out your top 10. Starting 11th is going to be the 7 of Doug Ungari. 12th position is going to go to the 20 of Luke Lafaro. 13th position is going to go to the 69 of Matt Grobelny. Haven't seen Matt over here in a long time, so good to see Matt back here driving with these guys. The 2 of Jamie Leach, who is your last Super Speedway winner, is going to start there in 14th. David Carmen in the 30 is going to start 15th. Randy Axner in the 86 is going to start in your 16th spot here tonight. 17th spot is going to go to your 2nd place guy in points, the number 8 of Eric Holly. The 43 of Craig Learman is going to start in your 18th position. A new guy in the 714, Rolf Just, is going to start 19th. Tyler Dugan is going to start in your 20th position. The 26 of John Furness is going to start in your 21st position. Zach Nichols is going to start in your 22nd position. The 5 of Matt Kemp is going to start in the 23rd position. Stephen Holmes in the 18 is going to start 24th. 25th position is going to go to the 10 of Morgan Beard. Cody Levitt, who's 3rd in points, going to start there in your 26th position in that 38 machine. The 3 of Cole Day is going to start in this 27th position. I'm not sure if Rudy Cummings is going to be in this race, but he is registered as a driver in the 28th position. Frank DeAngelis in the 80s going to start there in the 29th position. Brennan Bogo going to start back in 31st position tonight. Joshua Patterson in the 117 going to start 32nd on the grid. Doug Higbee in the 93 starting 33rd. 34th position is going to go to the 22 of Jared Hagerdorn. The 31, a new guy out here tonight, Donald Bennett, going to start in your 35th position. And rounding out the field, it looks like the 68 of Miroslav Mach. Anybody tuning in out there on YouTube, we appreciate it. These guys appreciate it. We're about to get going here this evening, live here from Daytona Superspeedway. You're in for one heck of a treat out here as these guys have battled the elements, I guess you want to say, and they've made the call here this evening. iRacing, if you don't know, has put on an update here today, which has been throwing curveballs not only to us in the broadcasting field, but these drivers themselves, a lot of them having issues not being able to get into the server right away. So we hope that all the drivers here have made the call. I see a couple guys who are showing blank on my screen. We'll see what happens here once we get the green flag, if those pop in. Once again, if you were tuning in here on MaxSpeedTV to see the NORC series, unfortunately that won't be broadcasted tonight. You're going to have to check back in next week to see what happened. But the pace car is in here from Daytona with the TNT Truck Series. The green flag is out. We are racing here from Daytona International Speedway. Sean Butler in the 88 on pole right there with the 57 of Ross Cato on the outside. Looks like a pretty good start from everybody. Still 2x2 here for your first 6 positions. Everybody kind of minding their P's and Q's as we go off into turn 1 for the first time. Looks like the 57 of Cato, though, is going to get down in front of the 88 of Butler, but he goes back up top to get the 119 of Gidman. Down the backstretch, you see a couple of these guys. It looks like Robert Duvendak in the 12 is going to elect to go to the back. It looks like that other blue truck on the inside's the 8 of Eric Holly. Both of them guys, teammates, both of them 1 and 2 in points. They're going to the back. They're going to try and ride it out, as these guys have no quick repairs here tonight from Daytona. Let's see as they work off turn 4 for the first time. It looks like the 57. There goes Del Kilroe. He's going to drop to the inside and go to the back. He's that green monster truck right there. Out front, though, Ross Cato is going to lead your first lap here from Daytona for the TNT Truck Series. Right behind him is going to be the 119 of Galen Gidman. Sean Butler's third. Then it looks like Anthony Reynolds is there on the inside lane, and that's Skull 82. He'll be 4th. Outside row right there is going to be Evan Pienta in the 00. And I believe he's being followed by the 24 of Jeff Pogo. That outside lane just not able to keep up right now with that inside lane. That inside lane seems to be the preferred line as they have the more trucks. As Jeff Pogo, a little squirrely on that back bumper. Looks like he might have got a love tap from the number 20 of Luke LaFaro. So far, so good. Coming down off turn 4 here to complete lap number 2. It looks like everybody's kind of minding their P's and Q's. Like I said, 50 laps the distance here tonight. Not long like we see a lot of these guys running the half-distance races, but this is 125 miles. So they do have time to make passes. Out front, though, still single file. Ross Cato, Gidman, and Butler still single file with Anthony Reynolds right in tow. Mickey Reed there also in tow. Then it's Christopher Monroe, Evan Pienta, Mac Robelny, Doug Ungari, Luke Lufaro rounds out your top 10. Jeff Pogo, who we just talked about being on the outside lane, up about the 6th position, all the way back now to the 12th position. So at a blink of an eye, you see guys move from the top 5 outside the top 10. That outside lane just not organized, and it only has the 4 cars, or trucks, sorry, out there on the outside. Everybody else in the inside lane just nose to tail. Looks like we have another one that's going to duck to the inside here. That's the 42 of Tyler Dugan. He's going to go to the inside and elect to go to the back here early on. Still out front, though, the 57 of Cato. Cato's your leader. Gidman. Oh, he's a little tap there between the 7 of Ungari, and that looks like the 43 of Craig Learman's going to be around to the inside. No caution out yet. Learman's going to find the tire barrier. Now there's the yellow finally. I'm not sure if something else happened there. Let's see if we can go back and see if something happened. It looks like Mickey Reed's going to be involved here. Let's see if we can go from an overhead camera here. We're looking at those 2 cars right there as they swerve. Look like a lot of net code involved. You see the 13 of Reed, the 7 of Ungari, the 24 of Jeff Pogo is involved. I see a bunch of connection issues coming in and out. Looks like Mickey Reed's going to expire the motor on that 13 truck down there to the inside. See that little bit of net code happening right in front of us there. Not sure what happens here as we fly above the 13, as you see a bunch of connection issues. Look like the 18 of Stephen Holmes will also getting turned around there. Stephen Holmes with a little bit of damage to that 18 truck. It looks like he sideswiped somebody there with the 18. But he is going to be able to continue. Not sure a lot of these guys are going to be able to continue, as the 7 of Ungari is down pit road. Looks like the 13 of Reed. John Furness also on pit road with repairs. Greg Learman off track right now. Frank DeAngelis not taking the grid. Josh Patterson also not taking the grid. Everybody else coming down pit road as of right now. Jeff Pogo, who's involved in that, is coming down pit road. He's going to pull into a stall with a bunch of damage on that 24 machine, as these guys don't have any quick repairs. So this early caution here on lap 4. Now we're on lap 6, as we see also the 69 of Grobelny pulling away. He has a bunch of damage. Looks like Jeff Pogo is going to hop out of his truck, kind of giving us a connection issue here. Let's see, we see the 69 of Grobelny with a bunch of damage on that truck. Tyler Dugan's truck, the 42, the Tennessee Vols truck, looks pretty clean so far yet. 18 of Stephen Holmes, we did see him get a little bit of scraped up on the left side as we saw him spin through the infield, but the right side of that truck looks pretty good. But while we're looking through the field here, we did have a couple guys elect to stay out, it looks like. Well, no, the 38 of Cody Levitt's now going to come down pit road. He's in his pit stall. He did stay out there to lead a lap. Now he'll come down, so that's going to reshuffle the order. Now it looks like Anthony Reynolds is going to be out front. Christopher Monroe second. Randy Axner third. David Carmen fourth. Jamie Leach up to fifth. Morgan Beard sixth. Matt Kemp up to seventh. Ross Cato now out of the lead, back to the 8th position. Galen Gidman ninth. And Sean Butler now rounds out your top 10. Well, let's see. I know we got one to go, but let's see if we can get a word in with a driver that was wrapped up in that wreck. 24, Jeff Pogo. Jeff, you got a copy?
That I do, sir.
Jeff, 24 truck's a little tore up here early on in this race. What happened there from your point of view?
Just saw Mickey Reed and Doug Ungari get into it. I let off the gas and started hitting the brakes. Just couldn't stop. Doug come back up to the wall and slowed down faster than I could, and I hit the back of him. That's gonna be the end of my night. My truck won't even go above 135.
That was my next question. It was going to be what's going to happen here for the 24 machine tonight, and you said it yourself. You're pretty much done now.
I should be, yeah. I guess the new damage model. I didn't hit Doug that hard, but it gave me 7 minutes of optionals.
Well, that's unfortunate for you, as it's early on. You're not going to have that good of a points day, as there are 35 guys who were registered here. I believe 33 took the green. Or behind you, it looks like there's only possibly 4 or 5 trucks that are off track right now.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good night for us.
Well, hey, try and get some of that damage fixed on that 24, and hopefully get back out there and get some points, I guess.
We'll see what I can do. Thanks, buddy.
You heard it there from the man himself, the 24, Jeff Pogo. Most likely done here this evening. Well, we are on one to go here. Anthony Reynolds, Christopher Monroe, Randy Axner, David Carmen, Jamie Leach, Morgan Beard, Matt Kemp, Ross Cato, Galen Gidman, and Sean Butler going to round out your top 10. So a bunch of good guys here early on wrapped up in a crash, but the green flag's waving once again here from Daytona, and it looks like Anthony Reynolds going to get a great start in that 82 truck down there. He's going to clear the 45 of Christopher Monroe. Is Monroe going to duck down, or is he going to wait for a push and try to go around him? Anthony Reynolds goes up there to block the 45. Now they're back to the bottom. Now in 80, the 82, the 45, the first 2 trucks. Then they're side by side there with the 30 of Carmen on the outside. That's David Carmen. And it looks like Randy Axner is going to be to the inside. 10 of Morgan Beard there pushing the 30 truck on the outside, trying to get that UPS machine moving. They work down the backstretch here on lap 8 here. Now it looks like Carmen on the outside has a great push from the 10 of Beard. They're going to look to go to the front here. Ross Cato up there on that outside lane also. Morgan Beard started all the way back in the 25th position. Now up there, that second truck on the outside lane, trying to push the 30 of David Carmen to the lead. That time at the line, though, Anthony Reynolds still held down the top spot. Anthony Reynolds showing the way. Now these guys, they were kind of strung out there on that last start. A couple laps in, they went single file there, and then just a quick yellow came out there. Now these guys are racing like it's almost the last lap. Side by side, everybody down the backstretch. Here's a shot, or here's a interesting thing. The 69 of Matt Grobelny, who's going to be the third truck now in the outside lane as David Carmen's going to go to the inside. Grobelny, looking at that truck, is all tore up in the front end, but he's going to sit there in the draft. He should be all right. He's going to be the third guy on the outside, that white and green truck. As you see, the 30 is going to look to lead this lap here this time. At the line, new leader. The 30 of David Carmen's now out front with the 10 of Morgan Beard on the outside being pushed by the 57 of Cato to the front. It's a two-car tandem on the outside with everybody else on the inside row lined up. That outside line going to be led there by the 10 of Morgan Beard as that time coming off turn 2. They just didn't have the momentum, didn't have the run. As you see it right there, three trucks on the bottom, two to the outside. The 69 of Grobelny now got shuffled from the top line. He's now to the inside lane, not close enough to the 45 of Monroe to really get a good draft there with that beat-up front end. So we're going to have to watch and see what happens with him. Turn 1, it's still going to be David Carmen out front, leading Anthony Reynolds, Morgan Beard, Christopher Monroe, Ross Cato. And then it's going to be Matt Grobelny, Randy Axner, Luke Lafaro, Sean Butler going to round out your top 10. Side by side now for your first 4, 5, 6 rows. It looks like everybody in the top 12 throw a blanket over them side by side. Morgan Beard looking to the outside of the 30 of David Carmen. Who's going to have the momentum coming off turn 4? Side by side, still at pit entrance. The 57 of Cato looked to duck out just a little bit. That's going to let David Carmen lead another lap here. Now door to door, literally rubbing, passing a soda back and forth between the two leaders here. The 30 of Carmen, the 10 of Beard. That time at the line, it was Morgan Beard who's going to lead that lap. So Beard's in the book with a bonus point here this evening. 4 leaders so far, Reynolds, Cato, Carmen, and Beard. Out front, though, it's the 10 of Beard. The 30 of Carmen. Ross Cato still pushing that 10 truck to the front. That 57 Haynes on the move. Started in second, led a couple laps here in the early going as you see him give a shot to the 10 going through the corner. Cato's not afraid to hit the back bumper here this evening. He knows he's quick, he knows how to draft, and he wants to go back to the front. Trying to get a little air there to the inside. He has to watch that he doesn't hook the 10 of Morgan Beard. If he hooks the 10 of Morgan Beard at the front of this field, it's going to wrap up everybody, and we know with no quick repair, just like the 24 of Jeff Pogo, everybody's going to be damaged and everybody's going to be out of this race early. We don't want to see that 13 lap or 12 laps in the books here from Daytona, working lap number 13. We saw a couple guys drop to the back early on. That's going to be the 8 of Eric Holly and the 12 of Robert Duvendak. Your 2 points leaders right there running nose to tail. The other guy who's up in the front and your top 3 in points, Cody Levitt, right behind them. He's working with his teammate. That's going to be the 3 of Cole Day, who's right behind him right there. The 2 Mountain Dew trucks working together. Guy who's inside your top 20 right now, down the inside right there, Donald Bennett. New guy over here for the TNT Truck Series. Having a good showing inside the top 20 right now. This is actually his first time ever out on Daytona International Speedway, so inside the top 20, not a bad showing. Back up front, though, it's still going to be the 30 of David Carmen and Morgan Beard. They're still side by side, and everybody else nose to tail. That beat-up truck there on the inside, that white and green one, that's still going to be Matt Grobelny. He's getting a big shove from the 86 of Randy Axner as they go down the backstretches. We're 3 wide with the 20 of Luke Lafaro, the 119 of Gidman, and the 69 of Grobelny. Now it's going to be 3 wide with Christopher Monroe being the inside guy. Looks like 3 wide didn't suit Luke Lafaro. Luke Lafaro backed out of it. We didn't get it in camera, but Luke Lafaro backed out, let the 119 of Gidman get by him. So that 3 wide battle's now back to only 2 by 2. Your leader still, right now I should say, because it keeps getting passed back and forth like a hot potato. The 30 of Carmen's out front, the 10 of Beard, second place right now. Yeah, Ken, they are bouncing around a little bit out there on track. A little bit of connection issues with some of the guys on server since iRacing has a server update today. But we're still out here battling through all the adversity and whatnot, and all these drivers out there being able to make the call. It looks like, I believe I called 32 trucks to start the race here tonight. That time at the line, though, once again, David Carmen's going to lead another lap here. That's 4 laps led tonight for Carmen, 4 laps for Reynolds. Cato has 4 laps led in the books, and Beard has 3 laps to be exact in the books. Looks like that outside lane losing a little momentum. Not sure if Ross Cato was able to stay tucked up underneath the 10 of Morgan Beard, or if he had to lift a little bit and get some air to the front of that truck, because it is a cool night here from Daytona. But being tucked up underneath somebody, you're not going to be getting that airflow to the front end of the truck, not going to be able to get the airflow into the radiator cool motor. Let's see as they work off turn 4, as everybody here in it looks like to be your top 20, literally right here, nose to tail, side by side. This time at the line, the 57 gives that 10 of Morgan Beard a shot. Morgan Beard going to go to the point right now. Morgan Beard to lead his 4th lap. Everybody here tonight has led 4 laps. That outside lane just a little more organized right now. It has the 10 of Beard, the 57 of Cato. Then it looks like Dalton Kilroe's out there. And I believe Galen Gidman's joined the group now to the outside. Christopher Monroe looking to go to the outside. The 88 of Sean Butler now to the inside. He's going to be your 3rd truck on the inside. You see a couple of these guys who are on the inside lane. They're kind of getting lapped. Doug Ungari, Zach Nichols, I believe, is also involved there. John Furness. All those guys were wrapped up in a lap 4 crash. So they are giving way, not doing battle, not getting involved in this race, as we're still green flag racing. We've only had 1 caution on lap 4 here. That time at the line, the 30 of David Carmen back to the point on the inside lane. That outside lane, the pesky outside lane, will just not go away here. David Carmen wants it to go away, and it's kind of fell back 2 car lengths now. But the front 2 that have been working great together so far on that inside lane, the 30 of Carmen and the 82 of Reynolds. Reynolds having a great showing, and so is the 57 of Cato. We keep talking about Cato because Cato's pushing the daylights out of the number 10 of Morgan Beard. That Hines 57, I love that scheme, and it goes great together. The Hines 57 on the outside, that Toyota pushing the X side number 10 of Morgan Beard. That time at the line, Morgan Beard's going to lead the lap. So every lap, they alternate. The 30 leads a lap. The 10 leads a lap. Right now, the number 30 of David Carmen's going to have the advantage. We'll put up your top 3 there at the top of the boards, but I bet they're going to change more than you can blink, more than I can say it. Right now, it's still going to be the 30 of Carmen, the 10 of Beard. Now it switches again. Now it's going to be the 10 of Beard, the 30 of Carmen, the 57 of Cato. Morgan Beard's going to go into turn 3 right here, having the advantage, a half car length now over the 30, as the 57 is literally tucked up underneath, and there's a little separation between the 30 and the 82 on the inside lane. Looks like Morgan Beard thought about going to the inside. He thought his spotter was going to say clear, and then one quick blink of the eye, the inside lane was not clear anymore, so that broke the momentum of the outside lane, as the 10 was going to ditch the outside, go to the inside. But then he chopped off the nose of the 57, back now 2 by 2. Now the 30 and the 82 have the advantage on the inside lane. Working down the backstretch here. 19 laps in the books, working on lap 20. Now it looks like if you look a little bit farther back in the field, you saw them 2 guys do a little dance themselves. They did it together. That's going to be the 12 of Robert Duvendak and the 8 of Eric Holly. Now they're on the outside lane right behind the 68 of Miroslav Mach. Stephen Holmes being wrapped up in that early incident. He is still inside your top 20, right now in 19th position. Cole Day going to be your last guy hanging on to your lead lap, and the 38 of Cody Levitt. They're both just kind of hanging out at the back here, along with Brennan Bogo, Doug Higbee also back here. out front once again, though. But now the lanes have shuffled. We missed it as we were going through the back. David Carmen's still going to be your leader on the inside, but he's got Ross Cato now pushing that inside lane. The 82 of Anthony Reynolds jumped to the outside. Now he's being pushed by the 10 of Morgan Beard. Morgan seesawing all over the back bumper of that Skull 82 Chevy. You see, it looks like possibly Anthony Reynolds just not having the handle on being pushed. He was pushing the 30 of Carmen really good, just not able to receive the push from the number 10 of Morgan Beard as cleanly. That time at the line, though, it looks like the 82 of Anthony Reynolds is going to lead that lap. The 10 of Morgan Beard kind of looking offset of the 82. They got to watch this, make sure they don't get bumper hooked. They don't want to bumper hook at the front of this field, because if they bumper hook at the front, like I said earlier, it's going to take the whole pack along with them. Looks like we have a lap car possibly right in front. Oh, no, that 41 of Kilroe around into the number 30. Taking out your leader here. A big wreck here from Daytona on lap 22. A lot of guys wrapped up in it. Looks like your 2 points leaders. It looks like the 12 and the 8 of Eric Holly and Robert Duvendak involved. Miroslav Mach, the 57 of Cato involved. Jeff Pogo coming through cleanly. It looks like Brennan Bogo, the 93 of Higbee, also involved. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened here. '57, you see of Cato down to the inside. Kilroe up there on the outside. Everything happening so quick. The cameras are changing and not coming back. Higbee already around. Let's see if we can go back once again here and see. This is going to be from the front stretch, so we're going to have plenty of time to see what happened here. Let's see. Dalton Kilroe was involved. Let's see what happened. Let's see if we can just go above these guys and see what happened. Kilroe is going to be the third truck on the outside lane, the black and green truck. As they work down the backstretch, let's see. Looks like he gets a shot from the 119 of Gidman. Gidman turns the 41 right into the 30, right in front of the field. Your 2 leaders are about the only 2 trucks that get through here cleanly. A bunch of guys getting wrapped up in this. Let's go back and see. Let's click on somebody who was mid-pack there for that one. See it all happening right in front of everybody here. Everybody piling through, network connections happening in between. Matt Kemp gets through, but a bunch of damage on the Tide 5. Let's back her up and let's go from the cockpit view here. This is going to be on board with the 86 of Randy Axner. And there you see it happening in front of him and everybody coming down. It looks like Randy Axner's actually going to get through pretty cleanly. Let's go back and see if we can jump on board with Cold Day maybe. Let's see. I know he was towards the back of this field. Here we go. This is your onboard view from the number 3 of Cold Day. Cold Day was running towards the back of this pack. Let's see what he sees from this view. There you see a couple cars. You see the smoke, and oh, then we get a connection issue. Unfortunately, not going to be able to bring you that point of view. David Carmen all tore up. Let's see, maybe we can get David Carmen. I think he's out here in chat. David Carmen, Roger Muth in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Roger, how you doing?
Well, I'm probably doing a lot better than that 30 truck out there.
Yeah, I kind of got hooked there.
That 30 truck out there looked like it was on rails. It was quick here tonight. Unfortunately, circumstances of nothing you could really do about them.
No, I didn't even see it hit him coming.
How much time is going to be needed to repair that UPS service number 30 truck?
Oh, another 2 minutes.
Are you going to be able to get back out there? It doesn't look like you're going to be all too competitive with that 30 truck because I don't think there's a body panel straight on it anymore.
No, I'm just going to go out there and turn laps.
That's unfortunate for you because you did lead 6 laps here in the early goings, 25 laps. We are halfway now. It's unfortunate. You were quick out there. What were you seeing behind you, though, before that happened?
No, everybody was pretty much in a straight line that I could see. But someone just ran into the back of somebody else, I think. Pushed him down. Not really sure. I wasn't really looking back.
But usually you don't have to look back. You know, you were out front for a handful of laps. There's 6 laps. That 30 truck was on rail, but unfortunately going to end up in looks like a pile of sheet metal here after this one.
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, get back out there, get a couple more positions if you can, and hopefully come away with the top 20 because there's going to be a lot of beat-up trucks out there that you're going to be able to hopefully get around yet.
Well, all right, well, thanks, Roger.
There you heard it from the 30 himself. He didn't see it coming at all. He's going to be needing a little help here tonight. Looks like the guy who's out front, though, is the guy who won the last Super Speedway race, the 2 of Jamie Leach. He's out front right now as we get the 1 to go signal. As I'm going to try and look through your field here and see. There's your top 5 as they sit right now. Let's see if we can kind of page back through here. The 93 of Doug Higbee. Let's see if we can get a close-up on him. A little bit of damage on the 93 of Higbee. Eric Holly's right behind him. He has a bunch of front left damage and some left rear damage. 3 of Cold Day is pretty solid sitting here. Brennan Bogo behind them. He looks pretty good. Galen Gidman pretty tore up on the front end. Right behind him is going to be the 57 of Cato. Cato looks pretty good on the left-hand side. Let's switch camera angles and see it. A little right side damage, not much on the right side there. He should still be pretty competitive. Robert Duvendak must have a bunch of damage as he's still sitting in pit road in that 12 machine. It looks like he's out of the truck actually right now. Dalton Kilroy not on track currently. Miroslav Maku is involved in that incident. Bunch of damage on the 68 Pennzoil machine. Looks like the 5 of Kemp, who was involved, a little bit of damage on him. Luke LaFaro has a lot of front-end damage. But as we work off turn 4, it looks like possibly only maybe 10 real competitive trucks here left after 25 laps. Pace car is going to duck in here once again. Jamie Leach waiting for the green flag. There's the green flag. The 10 of Morgan Beard is going to be right on the back bumper of Jamie Leach. Going to get a great push there, the front 2. Then it's going to be Evan Pienta, and it looks like the 82 of Anthony Reynolds. Oh no, the 10 of Morgan Beard is up and over. We didn't even make it to turn 1 this time, and a bunch of trucks involved in this one again. The 10 of Morgan Beard being one of them. Looks like Ross Cato going through the grass to try and get involved around. Randy Axner is involved. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened here on this one. And Morgan Beard to the inside, right behind the number 2. Let's see what happens here. Looks like the 10 came up, drifted up the track, didn't know Randy Axner was there, and then just gathers a bunch of guys. Aggression may have got the best of this one. Let's go from the chopper and see exactly if they possibly made contact here. That's what it seemed like, but let's go back and see it from above. 10 comes up right into the 82 of Reynolds. Sorry, I said Axner, but Axner is also involved. 20 of Luke LaFaro. Looks like Cody Levitt has some rear end damage, got pinched into the wall. See if we can go back here and get a ride. Randy Axner right here. 10 of Morgan Beard right there in front of him. The 82 of Anthony Reynolds to the outside. You see them getting involved, and then you see the 10 going up on top of the 86 of Reynolds. Reynolds being turned around. Luke LaFaro getting into it. Looks like Brandon Bogo right there being put up into the outside wall. So another caution here at Daytona. There's your caution counter. 3 cautions so far here from Daytona in the 29 laps. 9 laps ran under caution. 22 laps to go. 12 lead changes from Daytona. Out front, still going to be the 2 of Jamie Leach, though. Eric Holly in his beat-up number 8 machine there in second place. Galen Gidman in third. Anthony Reynolds going to be slotted into fourth, but he's dropping through the field. So it looks like it's going to move Doug Higbee up there. A bunch of these guys down pit road getting damage fixed, so they're not caught quite up to the field yet. Let's see if we can get an interview in here with the number 57 of Ross Cato as we saw him go through the grass to avoid that caution. Ross Cato, you got a copy?
Loud and clear.
Well, Ross, that 57 Heinz Toyota, should be a Chevy, just saying, but that Toyota's pretty quick out there tonight. You had to avoid a couple wrecks. What's going on out there?
Well, we had a good green flag run going on at the outset, but things have gotten a little crazy. I think guys are starting to get a little antsy. I, as you said, went through the grass to avoid this latest wreck, and I didn't know if I'd get the free pass, but luckily the sim gave it to me, and I'm on the lead lap now.
So now it looks like you're going to be slotted into possibly your 12th position. How many trucks out there do you think are still as competitive as that 57?
It's hard to tell at this point. I don't really have a benchmark as to what people's speeds are, because we haven't really gone for a long green flag run since that behemoth wreck that we had. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Maybe give me about 5 laps to figure it out.
Well, 5 laps I'll give you, but hey, if you look at the lap counter right now, you got about 20 to go this time by, I believe it is. So laps are running down here pretty quick. Are you going to be able to get that 57 back to the front?
It depends on if I can find someone else to work with. My teammates Sean Butler and Galen Gidman seem to be pretty wounded at this point, so it's just going to be a matter of latching on to a teammate.
Well, let's hope that you can get that 57 up front. You don't have any Fast Forward Racing teammates around you at this point, but hey, good luck the rest of the way, and maybe we'll get to talk to you at the end with that 57 Heinz Toyota.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
There you heard it from the 57. He did get his lap back, even though he had to take the evasive maneuver and go through the grass. So he'll be back on the lead lap, but there's going to be your leader here on this restart. It's going to be the 2 of Jamie Leach. Eric Holly with the front end tore up on that 8 machine. He'll be in second. Doug Higbee will be third. Matt Kemp will be fourth. The new guy, Donald Bennett, whose truck looks actually pretty clean out there tonight, so maybe the new guy can come in here, first time running at Daytona. Maybe he can pull one away from these guys. Brennan Bogo in the Ally, 78, a little tore up, but he'll start 6th. Cody Levitt looks pretty clean. Not sure what the other side looks like. Maybe we can grab a quick camera here. Maybe a little bit of left rear damage on that 38 of Levitt, but he should be pretty good to go. Cold Day with a clean number 3 truck back here. Anthony Reynolds, who was turned into the wall there. Some damage on the right-hand side, a little damage on the left-hand side. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be the 42 of Tyler Dugan, who has extensive left front damage. And left rear damage. That left rear is pretty caved in on the 42 of Dugan. $20 to go here from Daytona. You're watching the TNT Truck Series. If you missed it, you missed a good one. We had an early wreck. Took out a couple guys. Then we had a good, nice green flag run there. And then, unfortunate, 2 back-to-back yellows here. a big wreck before this last yellow, and then a couple guys, I think it's about 4 cars involved in this one. Only a handful of them still out there running. 33 of them took, or 32 of them, right? Yeah, 32 of them took the green here tonight. I believe I just got a poke, and I believe we're going to let this guy do what he just asked. He asked if I needed any help up here in the booth. Well, since you're out of the race, Robert Duvendak, unfortunately out of the race, is the points leader. Welcome to the booth.
Thank you, Roger. How you doing?
Well, we've been better as we've been watching this race. You've been out there on track. You were out there moving around. You and your teammate elected to go to the back early on, and then kind of looked like you guys were about to make your move to the front and just got wrapped up in that wreck, and now you're here.
Yeah, unfortunately. I didn't feel like it was time to go yet, but I was just trying to feel it out, see how people were racing. And unfortunately, somebody pushed someone at the wrong time and took out quite a few guys.
Well, as we're about to go back to racing here, with 20 to go, 19 to go, once we get the green flag dropped, it's going to be on from here. As you see the pace cars in, the green flag is out. We're racing once again here from Daytona with the TNT Truck Series. Jamie Leach getting a push from the 93 of Higbee on the inside. Eric Hawley with that front end damage looks to be moving backwards a little bit. Doesn't have Cody Levitt tucked up underneath him.
Yeah, but here comes Cody on the outside. He's going to pull up behind Eric and hopefully push him up there to the front.
That outside lane just not organized just yet. As you saw, the 8 of Eric Hawley is going to duck in behind the 93 of Higbee. Now that's going to leave Levitt, and it looks like the 82 of Anthony Reynolds on the outside all by themselves. Monroe jumps out there, but he's got right front damage on the 42. Now here comes Cole Day to the outside.
And it looks like the top 3 here are starting to pull away from the pack a little bit. Kind of surprised by that, but a lot of these trucks do have some damage on them tonight.
Yeah, with only 19 to go, 18 once we get back to the line. A lot of these guys, 33 took the green, or 32 took the green, as we were saying a couple moments ago. But pretty much everybody else tore up. Maybe only about 5 or 6 guys out there that still have really competitive trucks.
Yeah, and it looks like it's really taking a toll on the field here, because it doesn't look like many guys can maintain speed and keep up with those front 3. I'm kind of surprised that they were able to pull away as much as they have.
Jamie Leach out front right now in that 2 truck. That truck looks clean as can be. The 80 or the 93 of Higbee, who's right behind him, has a little bit of front end damage. Then Eric Hawley right behind him in 3rd, going to have a bunch of damage on that 8 front end and a little bit to the rear end of that truck. And then you're going to have to go back here to the 82 of Anthony Reynolds, who was involved in that last yellow, has a bunch of right front damage, but he's being pushed by the 38 of Levitt and the 3 of Day. Now it's going to be 6 cars nose to tail at the front, and right behind them, the 7th place of Matt Kemp. Not quite getting pushed, but a bunch of damage on him. They're all single-filed out here.
Yeah, as you can see, they noticed that those front 3 were starting to run away there, so that second pack got single-file, and they were able to run them down right away.
Now the sleeping, I don't want to say the sleeping giant, who you might want to watch out for. That's going to be the 31 of Donald Bennett. We've mentioned it numerous times. He is the new guy out here. Hasn't turned any laps in a pack at Daytona Speedway before this evening. Right now running in the 8th position with a clean Beavis and Butthead truck. I'm not sure if Beavis and Butthead are still on TV, but he's giving them some TV time here from Daytona.
You got that right, and luckily he was able to just keep his truck clean this whole race, avoid all the wrecks, and there he is right there in the top 10.
You see him try and side draft the 5 of Matt Kemp to try and get around him. He knows the 5 is wounded and needs to get around him, but it looks like with both of them battling side by side, they're going to end up losing the draft here. I think if I was going to be the 5 of Matt Kemp, I would have let the 31 go by, and since he has the cleaner truck, and just try and push him back to the pack, as now the 31's going to make the pass. The 5 now, not sure if he's going to follow him. But back to the front, it's still single file. It's still going to be the 2 of Jamie Leach, the 93 of Higbee, the 8 of Eric Hawley, the 82 of Reynolds, and the 38 of Levitt. And Cole Day is going to pull up the tail of that pack.
Yeah, as you can see, we have 3 little separate packs here. We got the leaders here starting to pull away from that second pack. And then way back there, you got another 3rd pack that's gotten single file. So let's see if they can run down that second pack, form up, and maybe they can catch this lead pack.
Ross Cato, who's back here in 10th, that's going to be about your 3rd pack back there. That's going to be a 4-car pack right now. It's going to be the 57 of Cato, the 22 of Jared Hagedorn, who is numerous laps down, who was wrapped up in an early on wreck. Then it's going to be the 69 of Matt Robelny and the 119 of Galen Gidman. It looks like the 45 of Monroe, who's just behind them by about a half second, not able to catch the draft right now. So it looks like your top 6 have wandered away. It looks like Donald Bennett has lost that draft, not able to get the 5 of Matt Kemp behind him to push him back there. So it's going to be a 5-car train, or 6-car train up at the front, then a pack of 3, and then a pack of 4 that we just talked about.
Yeah, and it looks like Cody there in 5th place is getting a little antsy. It's looking like he wants to get Cole to go high, try to make a move here in the leaders.
You got to watch out for those two right there, the 38 and the 3. Those are 2 teammates, the Do It For Dale teammates. Those are the only teammates who are left out there on track that are still nose to tail. Eric Holly lost his teammate as he's up here in the booth with us. And Jamie Leach also lost his teammate, the 30 of Carmen, who was involved in one of those early wrecks that took out pretty much half the field. Higbee is the lone driver out there in the 93 by himself also. Laps are winding down here from Daytona. Once we get back to the line, it's going to be 13 to go. Working lap 14 right now. Leader still out front, going to be the 2 of Jamie Leach. Higbee there, still in 2nd. Holly 3rd. Reynolds 4th. Levitt 5th. Day in 6th. Right now, Leach is has led the most laps here with 12. I don't believe these guys are going to have to come back down pit road for any fuel. Maybe, Rob, you can elaborate on that. As you were out on track, we didn't get a fuel run here before this race.
Yeah, these guys should be good to go to the end, especially with those cautions there. Even if a guy stayed out, I believe I was only about 2 or 3 laps short, so they should be all good to go from here. If you actually look, it looks like the 31, I don't know how he's doing it, but he's kind of starting to run down those front 6 here. He's doing it by himself.
The 31 of Donald Bennett there, slotted currently in the 7th position. He is making up time. He was a 2.5 seconds back there a little while ago before he got around the 5 of Matt Kemp. He got around the 5 of Matt Kemp, and now he's down to just shy of a ½ second. So he is making up time out there all by himself. I'm not sure if it's the paint scheme on that truck or maybe he just needs some TP.
No, I mean, he's making up time fast, actually. He's almost under a second now. And if these guys up here get racing side by side, he's really going to suck right up to the back of that pack.
Donald Bennett in the 31 is coming to the front. He's going to be on the back of the 3 here, and probably by the time this lap winds down. So with 10 to go, it's going to be a 7-car battle here for the lead.
And that was impressive. That's a power move right there. I mean, to drive up to these 6 who are drafting and do it by yourself, I mean, he's making a statement here if he can catch up to these guys.
I'm looking at timing and scoring, and right now, that number 31 of Donald Bennett is going 7 miles an hour faster, just being in tow of the draft from your leader, Jamie Leach. Now through the corners, though, they do even out right around 83, 82 miles an hour. Well, that's 183, 182 miles an hour.
And it makes you wonder if that damage on some of these cars up here is playing a role in Donald catching, because he has a clean truck, and if you look, about 4 or 5 of these guys up here in this front pack are pretty beat up.
You see Donald kind of peeking out there. He's not just trying to stay in line with the 3. He's kind of doing what Cody Levitt was doing, kind of peeking to the outside, then gets back in line, peeks to the outside, trying to keep that motor cool also. Working 11 to go here, 10 to go once we get back to the line. I'm still wondering what's going to happen here with that 8 of Eric Holly. As Eric Holly, we zoomed in on his truck during caution, and it is beat up as you see the 38 of Levitt go to the outside now. Kind of just getting there to the front end. But that 8 of Holly is all tore up, along with the 82 of Reynolds. The guy out front we know in the 2 truck, Jamie Leach, has a clean truck. 100% clean truck. Nobody has touched that truck other than the back bumper here tonight. Doug Higbee has a little bit of front end damage. So the question is going to be, what's going to happen here? Is Eric going to make a move once it comes down time to go? We still have plenty of time, plenty of laps here. But if it comes down to it, is he going to try and make a run with that beat-up truck?
And if these 3 at the back were smart, I know they're all in the same channel talking to each other. I would look for them to try to make a move here soon. They're probably going to jump to the outside. That is Cody in the 38, Cole Day in the 3, and Donald in 31. And I believe with Donald being as clean as he is, they can make a run on the outside with these cars being damaged. And they might make a pass here.
Yeah, if they went to the if they got nose to tail right now and went to the outside, they'd be able to shuffle that 82 of Anthony Reynolds right out the back door of this pack here and possibly even force him to lose the draft. And that could also happen if they would end up getting around the 82 of Reynolds. They could possibly shuffle the 8 of Eric Holly right out the back door along with him.
And it just doesn't look like Eric's able to stay up on the back of that 93 because of that nose damage, so it doesn't look like Reynolds is able to get to the back of Eric to push him there either.
Looks like off that corner there, it looked like the 93 of Higbee had one big wiggle coming off the corner. We know this is a restrictor plate track, and tires don't really matter all that much. But maybe some damage on the front end of that 93 could play that factor where the nose would kind of push.
I tell you what, I think Eric's right where he wants to be. He's a very smart plate racer. He always seems to be right there at the end of the race, and when those guys get to wrecking, he seems to drive his way right through there and get a good finish. So he might be sitting in a catbird seat here with these two at the front. They get to side by side coming to the line. I'd expect to see Eric make a huge move.
8 laps to go here from Daytona. You got a 7-car train here at the front. Jamie Leach still leading the way. He's been out front for 18 laps. He's going to walk away today with being the most laps led. Doug Higbee there in second. Eric Hawley still in third. Anthony Reynolds fourth. Cody Levitt fifth. Cole Day in your 6th position. And Donald Bennett hanging on there to the back end of this draft in 7th.
And you can see the 93 is getting a little antsy. He's starting to move back and forth, trying to see if Eric's going to go with him. Now, he doesn't want to make his move too early, but he doesn't want to wait too late either.
Now 7 laps to go that time at the line here. Laps are winding down. Only 2 laps away from the infamous shut off window, if you want to say. The caution comes out with 5 to go. We know this race is going to be over. Right now you see that 93 of Higbee, though. He doesn't care how many laps it is. He's just shoving the back end of that 2 all the way around the track.
That's right, Roger. Here in 2 laps, if the caution comes out, it is over. So you might see these guys try to make their move now instead of waiting until the last lap.
Coming through turn 3 and 4 once again. Once we come off turn 4, it's going to be 6 laps to go. Are you going to see those Do It For Dale teammates in the back hook up, or are you going to be able to see these guys in the front? Is it going to be the 2 of Jamie Leach and Higbee staying nose to tail, or is it going to be Higbee going to the outside with Holly pushing him, or is Holly going to shuffle the 93 at one point? It's all going to be a strategy play. Who do you want to go with? Who do you know better? Who do you like? You're going to be able to play that card until you come off or go into turn 3 on the last lap. Then all teammates, all friends are off. And that's about to come true. As we see a couple lap down guys coming into play here, it looks like that's going to be the 18 of Holmes, who was tore up, and then the 45 of Monroe, who's down low. They're going to split these guys. It looks Monroe's probably going to go to the inside. Holmes now on the outside. They're working their way around him.
And unfortunately, with the small amount of cars we have here, or the trucks, I should say, I think everyone's kind of too afraid to pull out and make a move. They don't want to lose all that track position and get freight trained by everyone else if no one goes with them.
Right now, this time at the line, 5 to go. If a yellow comes out from this point forward, the field is locked, and that will be it. Unless somebody decides under caution, then if it comes out to hit the wall or runs out of gas, that's how they're going to finish. Right now, the 2 of Jamie Leach says, go ahead, throw the yellow. Everybody else who's behind him, the next 6 drivers, they're like, hold up. We want to run at him. We want one good chance to get by that 2 of Jamie Leach. He won, if you remember back, Rob, all the way at Talladega. He was running about 6th on the last lap, and cars in front of him were wrecking coming off turn 4. Him and his teammates went 1, 2, 3 back at Talladega. Now he's looking to repeat here at Daytona.
Yeah, unfortunately, me and my teammates were running 1, 2, 3 coming out
As there it is, the yellow is out here from Daytona. That's going to be it. Jamie Leach is out front at the time of the yellow. Doug Higbee's 2nd and Eric Hawley's 3rd. As of right now, let's see if we can go back and see who that incident point. It looks like it was the 30 of David Carmen possibly bringing out the yellow. Let's go back here on your MaxSpeedTV replay and see what happened here. Let's see, as it's not giving us a clear angle here at the 30, as he's actually disappeared off my screen.
Yeah, it looks like the 30 pulled off and went down the Rovo course, and I think that brought the caution out.
As we see him coming by pit road there, he just pulls off track. Not sure why that would pull a yellow out, because we know anything below the yellow line here at Daytona does not bring a yellow. Unfortunately, that's showing what's going to bring out a yellow here. Let me see if I can check back here in our incident log and see if there was something else that happened on track. I'm not seeing anything on my session counter saying other than...
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything either, other than it just keeps taking me to David Carmen pulling off the track there.
Unfortunately, that would be a bad way to end this race, as it was shaping up to be one heck of a run here for the finish. As unfortunately, that's what it's showing me. That's what's showing for Robert here in the booth, who's was willing to come up here and help us as we were having connection issues. As you see a bunch of these guys actually blinking out as they're going down the backstretch.
Yeah, it was unfortunate with the update that iRacing did today. It looks like there's some kinks that need to get worked out. For some reason, the damage model kind of got messed with. We saw a couple guys just barely getting into the wall or barely bumping someone and giving catastrophic damage to their trucks. Even in the wreck I was in, I was able to avoid most of it, and I netcoded through someone, and that was enough to pretty much blow my engine.
Well, while we're running here under yellow, Rob, we're going to take a second. We're going to step away. We know it's 3 to go, so we're going to play a quick commercial break and see, maybe, hopefully, iRacing is going to give us the, you know, the green and white flags and let these guys race back, but most likely not. Well, let's throw it to commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the TNT Truck Series over here on MaxSpeedTV. This is part of the USRA, the United Sim Racing Association League over here. Unfortunately, this one's going to end under yellow. We saw a late race yellow here. Not sure what it exactly was. It says on our screen it was brought out by the number 30, but Robert and myself, we kind of have speculations to, we speculate to see that that should have brought out a yellow here to end this race, but unfortunately, that's what it says it's going to be, and looks like tonight here is going to be your winner. He's going to repeat back-to-back here from your plate tracks. It's going to be the 2 of Jamie Leach. He's going to come across the stripe, led the last 25 laps, the 25 laps that mattered here. He's going to walk away being your winner. Doug Higbee is going to come home in 2nd place. Eric Holly is going to be 3rd. Anthony Reynolds 4th. Cody Levitt going to be 5th. And Rob, we were just talking on track. You were the points leader. Oh, we're not on track, but we're in the booth here. But we were just talking as we were away that you came in as the points leader. But with you being knocked out and shown all the way down in the 25th position, it looks like Eric Holly's going to walk away with the points lead here. Cody Levitt's also going to jump you, and those two should be pretty much within probably 20 points of each other now for the points leaders. You're probably going to fall 30 points back.
Yeah, it appears that way. Eric was 10 behind me. I believe Cody was 40. So I don't know if Cody will jump me or not. It'll be close. But Eric will definitely be the new points leader here. And I'm okay with that. He's a teammate. So I'll give it up to Eric for a little bit, and then I'll take it back next week.
You two are teammates. You know, it was kind of funny watching you guys work down the backstretch at one point. You jumped to the outside in the blue and yellow, and then you saw another blue and yellow flash follow you to the outside. But that is going to do it here. Let's see. We're going to mute the mics here for a sec. We're going to get to our post-race interviews here. Don't go away. You're going to want to hear what the 8 of Eric Holly had to say. Did he think he had a truck that was going to be able to go up and pass the number 2 of Jamie Leach for the lead? Or possibly Doug Higbee, was he going to jump out? Don't go nowhere. You're going to want to hear the end of this one. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You just watched the TNT Truck Series live here from Daytona on MaxSpeedTV. We have your post-race interviews here coming to you, except we're unable to get a hold of, it looks like the 93 of Doug Higbee or the 82 of Anthony Reynolds. So we're going to pass it to the next guy who we do see in chat, as all these guys actually deserve interviews after races like this. But it looks like we're going to get to the number 38 of Cody Levitt. Cody, you got a copy?
Got you loud and clear.
Well, at first I thought you were going to let me hang there. We pull you into the booth, give you congratulations for your top 5 here, and you were kind of silent. But that's what we expect to hear from the driver of the 38. But hey, Cody, tell us about it. You started in your 26th position out there in that 38 truck. You actually did not even take a qualifying attempt here at Daytona, but you're going to be able to walk away with the top 5. Tell us about your day, how you worked from the 26th position up into your top 5.
Honestly, it was a bunch of luck. All those wrecks happened in front of us, and we were able to get through them. I almost got in one. Got a little tap from behind. I don't remember what lap that was, but a little spooky. But somehow luck played in our favor.
Yeah, you say luck. We noticed that the 3 of Cold Day, who is your teammate over here on the Do It For Dale side, you both elected to not qualify. And you also had a little bit of an alliance there with the 31 of Donald Bennett. I saw you guys out there in chat talking together. I know you know Donald pretty well yourself. At the end of this race, when the laps were winding down, were you guys in communication talking possibly about going around the 82 of Anthony Reynolds? Did you guys know he was kind of damaged, kind of a, somebody out there bleeding out? You guys were sharks coming?
I had no idea he was damaged, but with 6 to go, we were going to come around him. Me and Cole, he was going to get a little run. But there was lapped cars when we were about to do it, so we had no chance. And then that caution came out, so...
Do you think with those 3 guys who finished behind you there, yourself, Day, and Bennett, that you could have hooked up and possibly got around the 82? The 8 of Eric Holly was also damaged. Do you think he had anything if you guys would have went to the outside, though?
I think we would have had it. We would have been up there.
Well, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see that result play out as we did end under yellow. Cody, you came in, though, 40 points back on Robert Duvendak, who went out early on here. He's going to finish in your 25th position. So that leaves you and Eric Holly being the top 2 guys here that finish this race. So it looks like you might come away possibly tied with Robert or near Robert, or might leapfrog him barely with the bonus points you're going to get for walking away with the top 5. But is there anybody you got to thank there on that 38 machine for this performance here at Daytona?
I want to thank Cole, my teammate. I want to thank Donald for joining the league, and this is his first race here, so congratulations to him finishing 7th. Thank you guys as well. I want to thank Eric for putting on this league. Yeah, that's it.
Well, there you have it from the guy himself. He thought if they could have wound down the laps, he might have been able to have a run there on the 82 of Reynolds and the 8 of Holly and possibly get around the 2 of Leach and the 2nd place guy of Higbee. Unfortunately, a 5th place finish is all it's going to be for the 38 of Cody Levitt. Your 3rd place finisher, though, here, Rob, I believe you caught up with him.
Yes, I did. Eric Holly, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
So, first off, let me say congrats on that 3rd place finish.
I appreciate that.
And next, how does it feel to be the points leader?
Feels great. I don't like taking it away from my teammate, but being up at the top is definitely a good feeling.
Yeah, no big deal. I'll let you enjoy it for a week, and I'll come after you next week.
Fair enough.
So, what was your strategy there at the end? Were you going to wait till the last lap to try to make your move, or were you kind of waiting to see if someone was going to jump out and go with them?
Yeah, honestly, it was just survival of the fittest. I was just trying to stay glued to the back of Higbee, and was trying to plan my move. I was going to do it with 3 to go, but lap traffic was kind of playing into that decision of waiting and kind of trying to draw Reynolds in the 82 up to the back of me to maybe do something with 2 to go. But unfortunately, the caution came out, and we just didn't have enough time today.
Yeah, unfortunately. It looked like the 93 was getting a little antsy there towards the end. He looked like he kept going high, wanting to go around Jamie. If he would have jumped high, what would you have done? Would you have tried to go with Doug, or would you follow Jamie through?
Yeah, that's a tough call. Jamie led a lot of laps here at the end, and obviously if I could gain another position by sticking with Doug, I would have done that. But I saw him keep poking his nose out there and kind of trying to decide whether he was going to make a move or not. But like I said, we just stayed in line, and caution came out, so nothing really came of it.
Yeah, well, you had a heck of a run tonight, and you were able to avoid both of those big crashes there. You were able to dodge and bob and weave and get through that big one there that I got taken out on. So good job on that one, and look forward to getting back at it next week and seeing if I can chase you back down and take those points back over.
Yeah, I welcome the competition, so we'll see you all next week.
Yes, sir. You have a great night.
You too, guys.
I believe Roger caught up with our race winner there, Jamie Leach.
Well, before we talk about the winner here tonight, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to talk with our 2nd place guy. Doug Higbee had a great showing, great run there in the 93. He's going to come home in the 2nd place. But Jamie Leach is the man who everybody wants to hear from. Jamie Leach is the man who won here tonight. Everybody wants to know, Jamie, how'd you do it?
Very carefully.
Well, I mean, anything more than very carefully. We saw quite a few wrecks out there tonight. You started in your 14th starting spot. You led 26 laps there at the end to bring home that victory. And Jamie, I'm sure you remember it, and I'm not sure everybody out there in TV land remembers, but you also won the last restrictor plate race. So that puts 2 back-to-back restrictor plate races for you.
Yeah, we got lucky with the first couple of cautions. I was able to get through them, and then that second to last caution, when everyone went in for tires, I just took a splash of fuel, ended up coming out first, and just stayed up there.
Well, that little splash of fuel gave you the lead there with 26 laps to go, and you were able to hold off the 93 of Doug Higbee and the 8 of Eric Holly. Were you worried at any point that those guys were going to possibly team up and maybe go to the outside or force you to the outside and swing it back to the inside and go right around you?
Yeah, I was pretty much driving in the mirror waiting for them to move up. I didn't see an outside line starting to form, so I was just waiting for the 2nd and 3rd place and back to jump up there. But they ended up just staying in line with me.
Yeah, they stayed in line, and unfortunately we ended up, finishing this one under yellow. I'm sure that's what you wanted to actually see, only because then you didn't have to fight for it. But would you have been throwing blocks out here tonight to try and put that number 2 in victory lane if we would have went green towards the end? Would you have made it as big as you could have?
Within reason, yes. I don't want to wreck anybody out, but yeah, I would have been throwing some blocks.
Well, you could have wrecked somebody out. You could have ended up like Robert Duvendak here, who's in the booth with us, crashed up in pit road. But hey, a good showing for that number 2 truck out here tonight. Unfortunately, your teammate, I see one of them, who is the 30 of David Carmen, is going to come home in the 23rd position. And another one of your teammates not able to make the call here this evening. But did you have any other friends out there on track?
Not anybody that I can name. I mean, a lot of them. I think a couple of would have stayed with me if it would have been too wide, 2 lanes, but it's not how it ended up.
Well, Jamie, you came in 4th in points here tonight. It looks like you're going to close the gap on your points leader, who your points leader is going to be, once we leave here, is going to be Eric Holly. You were 49 points back at the start of the night. You're probably going to shrink that gap just a little bit, as Holly did finish in the 3rd place, but you're going to come away with bonus points here tonight. But is there anybody you got to thank for putting that number 2 truck on track here tonight, or just helping you figure out super speedways, as so far this year you've dominated the truck series on the super speedways?
Usually Team Chronic's pretty good at super speedways. I'd like to thank USRA for putting on this league. It's a great league, and thanks to you guys up in the booth, do a great job.
Well, we appreciate the shout out. Robert up here stepping up tonight after he was unfortunately taken out 26 laps to go here. He stepped up and came up into the booth with us. And, once again, though, congratulations on your 2nd win of the season here. We don't have too many repeat winners so far this year. I think you're only going to be the 3rd repeat winner. So, hey, go out there, celebrate, and just have yourself a good old-fashioned good one.
Thanks, will do. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys.
Well, there was your winner, the number 2, Jamie Leach. Back-to-back, one at Talladega a couple weeks back, now back in victory lane here from Daytona. He's just cutting up these super speedways, Rob.
Yeah, and fortunately, I'm sitting here looking at the finishing order here, and it looks like the 3 guys that were chasing me down here for the points lead, we just interviewed all 3 of them, so that's a big bummer for me.
Well, big bummer for you, but those guys are saying, hey, thanks, Rob, for what you've done for us. We're taking it from here. Well, let's see if I can get you through your finishing order here at the top. There, you're going to see him scroll across your top there. You just heard from that man himself, the number 2, Jamie Leach, walking away with his 2nd victory of the year. Doug Higbee with another strong showing. He's going to come home in 2nd place. The 8 of Eric Holly, though, is going to come home 3rd. Anthony Reynolds in the 82, after being bounced around as he was at the front of the pack, he's going to bring that 82 machine back to a 4th place finish. You heard from the man right there in the 38 machine. He's going to come home 5th. Cole Day in the 3 is going to come home in your 6th position. And the new guy out there, the 31 of Donald Bennett, having one heck of a showing. Was he going to have a shot if we stayed green to the end? I guess we will never know. A 7th place finish, though, for his first time out here on track. The 57 of Ross Cato, we saw him go through the grass once or twice there to avoid a couple wrecks. He's going to bring home that 57 in the 8th position. Galen Gidman's going to battle back in that 119 to a 9th place finish. And Tyler Dugan's going to bring that 42 truck home in 10th. 11th place is going to go to the 69 of Matt Grobelny. The number 5 of Matt Kemp's going to come home in 12th. And it looks like the 45 of Christopher Monroe, last car on the lead lap here tonight, is going to come home in your 13th position. The 78 of Brennan Bogo is going to come home 14. The 00 of Evan Pienta is going to come home in your 15th position. And it looks like Stephen Holmes in the 18 going to come home 16th. The 22 of Jared Hagedorn, we didn't hear anything of him, and we didn't actually see him involved in that first wreck, but he's going to be shown 3 laps down in that 17th spot. Coming home in the 18th spot is going to be the 68 of Miroslav Mach. Coming home in that 19th spot is going to be the 7 of Doug Ungari. The 88 of Sean Butler is going to round out your top 20. Coming home in the 21st position is going to be the 20 of Luke Lafaro. The number 10 of Morgan Beard, who we saw out front pushing a couple of these guys to the front. He's going to, unfortunately, have to settle for a 22nd position. And the guy who you feel heartbreak for is going to be the number 30 of David Carmen, who's going to come home in your 23rd position. Randy Axner in the 86 is going to come home in your 24th position. And the guy who stepped up here in the booth after, unfortunately, being wrapped up in a late race or mid-race accident, you want to say, is going to be the 12 of Robert Duvendak. The 26th position is going to be Dalton Kilrow in the 41. Jeff Pogo, who was wrapped up in an early on wreck, he's going to bring that 24 machine home in the 27th spot. John Furness, who we know is a strong competitor everywhere we go. Unfortunately, super speedway is not really his forte. He's going to come home in the 28th position. Your 29th position is going to go to a multiple winner here this year with the TNT Truck Series. That's going to be the 15 of Zach Nichols, 29th for him. A new guy out there in the 714, Rolf Just, he's going to come home in your 30th position. And it looks like Mickey Reed's going to come home in your 31st position in his 13 truck. The 43 of Craig Learman, he's going to come home in the 32nd position. And I believe those are all your guys who actually took the grid here this evening. Well, Rob, we saw one heck of a race. We know you were out there for most of it. Give us a rundown of what you remember from this race.
Well, it was exciting at the start. Guys were actually taking their time, not getting too antsy, waiting to the right moment in the race to make our moves. It looks like just two big incidents really took a toll on this field and caused a lot of damage for a lot of guys. And I think that kind of impeded the finish there a little bit because it didn't look like anyone really had a good enough clean truck to make a move on the leader.
Yeah, we saw quite a few. We saw an early wreck on lap 4, and then we had a good green flag stretch there for a little while. A lot of single file racing that first half, but then once we went back green flag racing there in the middle of the race, everybody was pretty much side by side for your first 10 rows, your 20 trucks there. You could throw a blanket over them. They were all there nose to tail, bumper to bumper. But and then that big one happened going down the backstretch, wiped out a bunch of trucks, and then we didn't even make it back to turn 1 once we went back green flag racing, and that took out the rest of the guys who were still left. But unfortunately, only 7 competitive trucks, if you want to say, towards the end here that were trying to battle it out under your last 5 laps. Jamie Leach was leading that battle right there with Doug Higbee, Eric Holly, Anthony Reynolds, Cody Levitt, Cole Day, and Donald Bennett. Those were your 7 trucks that were left to battle it out. Unfortunately, they were nose to tail and didn't get to racing because, well, the yellow came out with under 5 to go, and we know how iRacing was. We talked about that. Anything under 5 laps to go, that's the end of it. But that's going to sum up here from Daytona. Next week is a whole new ball game. We go from the high bank, high speeds of Daytona Superspeedway. We're going to head over to Dover International, a short track, a mile in length, concrete high bank surface. That's going to be one to watch. Coming off the turns, it's going to be slipping and sliding, trying to avoid hitting the turn 4 wall. We see all too often these guys get up just half a tire groove out of it, into the marbles, into the fence they go, so they're going to have to work on trying to keep these right fronts on the trucks next week from Dover. But hey, that's going to do it from us here at MaxSpeedTV. I'm Roger Muth. Big thanks to Robert Duvendak for stepping up here into the booth with us. Unfortunately, Bobby Johnson, who's normally with us, unable to because of the iRacing servers and all their shenanigans that they like to play with us here. But hey, from everybody that put in work here, we appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll catch you next week, knuckleheads.